Hello YouTube. Let me tell you an anecdote. For some years ago, me and my wife had just gotten home after being to the grocery store. My wife was down in our garage with lights on, and I was waiting for her outside with the grocery bags in my hands. And suddenly a car comes in, and it came in pretty fast and with quite loud music, and it was something really odd about it, and it stopped, and a guy comes out of the car and goes right towards me, like a arrow. And I felt immediately that this was not good. Something was wrong here. And as this guy comes closer to me, I remember thinking, shit, this guy is going to stab me, and I can't even let go of the bags. I was holding those grocery bags like they were my, I don't know, it was like really holding them tight, being completely unable to move or breathe or say anything. And my wife later told me that down where she was at the garage, because it was dark outside, she could only see the contours of us. And she was thinking, oh my god, Simon's going to get stabbed, and I won't even see the face of the guy who did it. And neither me or her could make ourselves do something like, for me, let go of the grocery bags or say anything, for her to scream or say anything or move closer or whatever. We just couldn't do anything. We were frozen. And I've heard people in real life tell me about that this happened to them. I've heard and read accounts on the internet or in the news of people telling similar stories. And I have seen in person other people having this reaction. And I have seen videos of people who have this reaction. I even read a study where they had been interviewing quite a lot of rape victims who had come into the hospital. And one of the questions they asked them was, okay, when this happened, what did you do? And if I don't remember incorrectly, it was 70% who answered, I couldn't do anything. I just froze, I couldn't move. And a lot of those victims were blaming themselves or doubting themselves. Why didn't I do anything? I should have been able to do something. But it seems, no. You're not always able to do something. We often talk about fight or flight response when we as humans perceive a threat, a danger. We get in an adrenalized state, and we usually talk about it as fight or flight. But arguably, I think the most common reaction we see is freezing. And that begs the question, why? Why do we freeze when we perceive a threat. I mean, surely if there were no point to it, it would have gone out in the evolution by now, right? People who were stupid and froze would be dead. But the thing is, freezing it has a goal, okay? The fight, flight, freeze, all of those three have goals. The fight response is to destroy or scare off the threat. The flight is to get away, escape from the threat. And freeze is about trying to hide from the threat. Because most animals, humans included, we see movement so much better than we see stuff that don't move, okay? So if you were walking through the forest in the Stone Age and you suddenly saw something, a big predator or maybe some people from a hostile tribe or something up ahead, freezing in your tracks could be the absolutely best way to avoid detection. And of course, when we freeze and many times even hold our breath, we make as little sound as possible as well. We don't move around, so we make a sound so that the threat sees us. But the problem for this, with this in like most situations that we discussed today as self-defense, whether it's domestic violence or bar fight or random street violence or whatever, is that most of those scenarios, the threat have already targeted us specifically. They are already coming at us. So why do we try to hide by freezing up? I think it is simply because we spend a larger part, or most of us spend a larger part of our childhood to learning not to fight. Okay? Don't fight. Use your words, not your fists. Don't fight. We hear that quite a lot growing up, right? And it's good that we hear that. And also you could say that, well, but you could run. But we learn to, first of all, we learn to think of running away as a cowardly thing to do. And I also think we often have the feeling that we question ourselves. I shouldn't run. This is probably nothing. I'm being silly. So we block ourselves from fighting, and we're blocking ourselves from running away. So we get stuck in the freeze mode, even when it's not helpful. Now, obviously I didn't get stabbed that day. The man was upset, but he was upset with the neighbor of us who seemed to have a nasty habit of coming into possession of things that wasn't his and selling things he didn't own. And thanks for that, we got, shall we say, some opportunities to evaluate our capacity of dealing with scary situations. And after this situation, I was very I was disturbed by my own reaction. Because, I mean, I didn't think of myself as a super fighter or anything, but I had at least thought I would be able to do something, that I would be able to defend myself if I needed to. And I realized, no, I can't even let go of a grocery bag. I can't even make myself say anything. And it, yeah, as I said, it was very disturbing for me. So I started to look around and trying to find advice and strategies and help to be better at breaking out of the freeze mode and actually do something. And I did find some good stuff, and because we got more opportunities thanks to this neighbor, I know that some of them seem to work for me to help deal with this kind of situations better. But this video is already pretty long now, so I'm gonna stop it here, and then I might discuss these methods I found in another video, or maybe 2 other videos. Peace out.